Victoria also receives high marks from faculty for her devotion to the Vortex Club, among other organisations devoted to Black Girl spirit and history.
What kind of name is Maribeth?
I don't know. Also, spirit and history. You mean like elitism and hazing?
Yeah, that's in the spirit and history of America. White violence is in the spirit and history of America, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You still there? Did you blow up, Max?
Still here, didn't blow up, not yet. I need to concentrate and I'll talk to you later.
Leave
Fuck
me
off.
alone.
Yeah.
Right. Give me your knowledge and then leave me alone.
So I've got the sugar and the wheat killer. Forgotten the other things that I need. Duct tape.
And a soda can.
Okay, so... I'm not sure where I found duct tape.
You can tell that this is like a school with a lot of money though, because like they have fucking fume.
There's the burette!
There it is! That's the thing that you would have your... What was the... Conical flask.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's all coming back to me. And you would have a certain compound in the conical flask, and then you would drip the other one from the burette.
And yeah, one of those exploded in my face. I think one of my classmates managed to steal one, which I was quite impressed that she managed that.
Steal a burette?
Steal a burette, yeah. Like as a souvenir of chemistry.
You know, like, I used to sit in the front row in my AS level chemistry class, and I, like, had really bad insomnia and would just be really tired all the time. Because I used to have to, like, get up at, like, 5 a.m. to get to school, and also I was really depressed and I couldn't sleep. So
nothing here.
I would, like, zonk out on the train to school, and then sometimes in class I would fully fall asleep, but in chemistry I was in the front row.
Oh god.
And I fully fell asleep, like, just with my, like, face in my hand, like, in that chemistry class. And my teacher,
anybody
Dr. Gwither,
I was gonna say you were Gwither, didn't you?
Yeah, who was also my form tutor, she
Release the crack.
never called me out on it.
Bless.
Bless her.
I had Dr. Parrot.
It's all mine anyway.
My life was living hell. She was head of sixth form and deputy head of the school, and was like one of the most boring women I've ever met. I can't remember if I've forgotten what they're called. The like really colourful bits in chemistry. I've forgotten what they're called. But that was her, like, that's what her doctorate was in.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
No,
I
I
literally
can't
remember barely anything about chemistry.
Duct tape.
Literally, as we were talking about it, I remembered what a burette was for the first time in many years. I think I'd, like, suppressed that part of my brain. Did you do biology?
No.
Okay.
I hated biology.
First Rachel and now Kate? This is the end of the Vortex Club.
Because at sixth form we got to do dissections, and, like, what I learned about myself is that I didn't really have any issue with
Nathan got smacked
organ
down.
dissection. So like sometimes you'd have an isolated organ, like we did a heart dissection, and well, I remember doing a heart dissection. I think we might have done some others as well. But
yeah.
I don't. And but when we had to do like animal dissections, like
maybe Kate started a revolution.
I think in AS that you got to do a frog. No, you got to do a rat, and then in A level you got to do a frog. Anyway, yeah, it made me really sick. I couldn't do it.
I thought we used some tape in Jefferson's class last week.
And some of the girls in that class were so stoked about cutting open an animal, and I was like,
yeah,
I don't
honestly,
get it.
so I don't get it either. Like, I never did a dissection, so we did dissections at GCSE, at our school, but I never did any of them because my biology class was consistently behind, so we didn't do any, and even if we did, I would have opted out because we had that option. But people who I knew who were taking biology would put like on their Snapchat stories pictures of them like sticking their fingers in like arteries, and I was like, I don't want to see that.
So gross. And it's just like weird how excited they were, because like I get it, sometimes you like dissections, that's a thing that people have to do, okay? Yeah. And like people do autopsies and people like prepare bodies for funerals, and that's fine and essential work, and there's nothing weird about that. But being that excited about it, that's weird.
Gross. At least switch to E6.
Okay,
he's already dead. I didn't try and rewind, I slapped it.
Yeah, there are no lungs to ruin. Also, she has a whole thing about being weird and judgy about smokers, even though her, like, girlfriend is a smoker.
Oh, back up. Oh, fume covered.
I thought we used some tape in Jefferson's class last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was, like... Because of how in sixth form I was convinced that I was going to be a doctor, and that was why I took those classes, I think it was really the rat dissection and my complete inability to do that, because like, yeah, it just made me feel like physically ill and I had to like drop out. That was the point where I was like, you know what, I can't do it. I can't be a doctor. I know that not all doctors have to do that, but I was like, no, I don't have the stomach for this.
You would have to learn about it in
Victoria's cigarettes. Like, I'm sure Mr. Jefferson is impressed.
And I think in med school you like have, like, even if you don't have to do dissections, you still have to like observe dissections and stuff. And like, well, I just remember the thing that really got me about the rat thing is like, A, the smell of formaldehyde is like disgusting.
Now it's time to show Chloe that Max is the bomb.
The rat, which I guess wouldn't be the case with the frog, but that would be a whole other issue. You had to like break its little bones. Yeah, you had to break its bones so that you could pin it down, and then I'm sorry. Just thinking about this, setting me off. That's why, like, have you ever seen American Horror Story?
Nope.
In season 3, there's like this part where everyone goes to, like, as part of the 7 wonders, where they like prove their ability to do the 7 different types of magic. One of their tests is that they have to like go to hell and be able to leave hell. And Misty Day, who I love, is one of the best characters. Her like nightmare that she gets trapped in is that she's in her like high school biology class and she's being forced to dissect a frog, and she doesn't want to do it, and the teacher makes her do it, and her power is the power of resurrection, so she resurrects the frog, and then that whole loop plays like over and over again, and that's her like nightmare that she's trapped in. God. And like I don't know why, but I guess partly because of the A-level biology thing, I just like that. Oh, that's my personal hell too, you know?
Yeah.
That one really like got me.
Gosh. That reminds me, final season of Rena is out in like a week and a bit.
I still haven't watched like any
Hyped
of it.
for that. You saw me watching parts of season 3 and you were like, who is this man who is made of clay walking around shirtless all the time?
Well, I think that was what turned me off.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I'm just hoping that my lovely trans baby gets a...
Oh yeah, I forgot about.
Take it easy on the door, Chloe.
I've forgotten.
Let's try this
his name,
instead.
but the actor is
literally.
Called
Yes,
Watson,
time to
and
blow
they're really
shit up.
cool.
If you'll light the candle. This is so cool.
Here we fucking go.
Get ready to haul ass. That.
Why does Warren know how to make this?
Fucking cool.
I don't know.
Oh, we are toast. Here comes the whole Arcadia Bay Fire and Police Department. So what should we do?
Oh shit! No, I know the answer. I go in the office. I rewind time. We don't do the bomb, but I am still in the office.
Yeah.
I unlock it from the inside.
Yeah. I mean, that's... Yeah, it's kind of like using time travel to, like, teleport.
Yeah.
If I can get this bastard open, she can't cheat with her rewind. Oh, this is bullshit. Fuck you, door.
Welcome to my domain.
You are magic. I have no clue how the hell you got in there, but you did it, sister.
The company I keep. Now, let's find what we want and beat it. My powers only go so far.
Man, I can see why the principal locks this room up. Fancy faux art crap. He must want everybody to know he has money, but no taste.
Further proof that I am Chloe Price.
How can you trust somebody who has a fucking bronze bird in his office? I'm glad I was expelled.
Yes, if only the principal had a Monet or Picasso, you'd still be at Blackwell.
Eat me. I'm gonna pilfer the papers on this ugly-ass desk. Okay, sure. It's ugly, but damn, is it a cozy chair. This is your chance to truly get all deductive and shit, Sherlock. Find us some clues about Rachel, or Kate, or Nathan. Anybody.
I'm on the case.
Lamp. Oh, it's just right here.
This pretty much sums up Kate. Shy and sweet. And in the wrong place.
For reals though, why does he have another desk in his... Why is there like a
second desk?
Second desk.
Student information sheet. Kate Beverly Marsh. GPA 3.9. Oh, very good. From what I understand of what GPAs are.
Yeah, but
4.0 is highest, right?
Yeah, so 3.9 is really good.
Kate Marsh represents the very best of students at Blackwell Academy. Her GPA is consistently outstanding, along with her optimistic attitude and quiet work ethic. Her extracurricular activities with the Meals on Wheels program has been acknowledged on K-Bay7 News, and her diverse religious studies group has been a welcome addition to the wide range of student-led spiritual programs at Blackwell. Oh, she runs the, all interfaith group.
The interfaith group, yeah.
She also has one of the best attendance records in the school's history. Principal Wells, as the school nurse, I should inform you that Kate Marsh appears to have experienced some recent emotional or physical trauma. I spoke to her briefly. She was upset but vague and refused to talk further with me. I think it's important that we keep our eyes on her and make sure she's not under duress from other classmates, as is my suspicion. Regards, Anne-Marie Branchi. Proof that he knew.
Yeah, further proof. Further proof because, not only would it have been, people knowing about the video, he was sent the video because David was like, I sent him the video! Yeah. I'm so proud of myself for doing the bare minimum. But literally the school nurse was like, she's experienced trauma.
Yeah.
And, I can't. I'm so angry about it. It's just, too real.
Yeah. Update. At present time, there is a security investigation into a controversial video allegedly featuring Kate Marsh at a Vortex Club party that has been uploaded onto the internet without her knowledge or alleged consent, along with her claim of being taken to the hospital during the party. See the attached files for complete details.
So... Is that an investigation pre the suicide attempt or post? It doesn't have a date.
It doesn't have a date, but I imagine this is pre.
It seems pre, so he knew about the video, he knew that she was unwell. It's
he also knew that she said that she didn't know what was going on in the video.
Yeah. And so
and has her side of the story about thinking she was being taken to the hospital.
Yeah, so the nurse saying that she'd experienced trauma plus her not remembering what happened in the video should have equal,
the trauma is the video.
The trauma is whatever happened in the video. But he didn't do anything about it. And, from this record as well, I think the fact that her GPA is 3.9 tells me that the reason why they were we shouldn't bother doing anything about this is because she was performing well at school.
Yeah, therefore it can't have that much of an effect.
Which...
My entire academic career is proof against that. I was depressed as fuck, but I still performed well.
Yeah, but it's such an important point, isn't it? Because, I've been thinking about this a lot for the video essay that I'm working on. But, under capitalism, like the way that mental health stuff is being framed, right, even as we're talking more about it, is like, you know how you go to your GP and you're like, I'm feeling depressed, and they're like, is it affecting your work?
Yeah.
Like, that's like our measure for like how ill people are.
Yeah.
And that's just, it's just like wrong, because sometimes people are really struggling and like really suffering, and it's not affecting their productivity. And I know that like calling people like functional,
high functioning
is can be like, can reinforce certain ideas, or be like distressing, but it's just really true that like we don't value people having good mental health just for the sake of it.
Yeah. It's this, like, came up in my ADHD diagnosis as well. Like, every step of the way, they were like, is this affecting your ability to do your job? And, I mean, it is. But the fact they were asking that question is basically like, we're not going to treat it if it's not affecting your ability to do your job. Even if it's causing you to, like, I don't know, impulsively spend money. Which is the thing that it does.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because, like, I've started looking into private therapy because I'm able to, like, alhamdulillah, I'm able to afford it because, like, my employer is helping cover some of the costs. Otherwise, it would be too expensive. And one of the things that, like, in my consultation we were talking about is, like, if you are, like, in crisis and stuff, then private therapy won't really help you with that, and the NHS can help you with that, but like we are best equipped to help you if like you are generally struggling. Like,
private therapy aren't like triage.
Yeah, they're not like triage, and also like they're none of the questions that he never like once asked me like, is it affecting your work or is it affecting your ability to do things. He was just like, just tell me like what's been going on and all of this stuff. And I think at one point I was even saying like, what I'm experiencing right now is burnout because I'm using work as a coping mechanism where I used to use like alcohol. And like it was just a really refreshing conversation because it was one of the only times I've like spoken to a mental health professional and they haven't like asked those kind of questions, or tried to like, or center the conversation around like productivity. I don't know. And it sucks because like you have to like pay money to get that kind of therapy. But because this guy was even like the NHS is still an option for you if you need it. So he clearly didn't care about like he cared more about my well-being than being paid, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, no, the NHS isn't going to help me because I'm not like actively suicidal. So just wild.
I certainly can't use this.
Why have you put your torch away?
I think maybe there's a light switch, or maybe the lamp is supposed to be
just dark. Maybe it's the game telling me there's nothing here.
Looks like an oil painting spill. Awful.
The way that they're like ripping on the art in his office. Incredible.
Look at this pile. Look at this pile.
Yes, I would like you to look at the pile of files.
That's what I'm asking you.
Tumbleweeds. Weird.
I was gonna say,
this asshole has a spotless record.
Student information sheet. Nathan Joshua Prescott. GPA 3.7. Brief summary. Nathan Prescott continues his family's historical legacy at Blackwell Academy with a stellar academic record and a variety of extracurricular activities, including work with the Arcadia Bay Homeless Fund. Nathan is also popular with students and faculty. He stands as a proud representation of Blackwell.
Well, that's wild.
Like I'm not gonna read my own personal file.
Maxine Caulfield, GPA 2.8. Max, as she prefers to be called, is considered a quiet, attentive student with much potential for her photography. Her GPA fluctuates and she has acknowledged she should be doing better. Her teachers back up her quiet intelligence, though some complaints find too nervous and nosy. Some faculty members would like Max to speak up more in class and be more assertive, others would like her to be less so, but this is a common student suggestion rather than specific recommendation. Update. Despite some recent confrontations with Blackwell security, Max showed herself to represent the very best of Blackwell Academy by stopping fellow student Kate Marsh from jumping off the dormitory roof today. At this time, there is an ongoing police/faculty investigation, but Max's heroism is undisputed.
That one's really interesting.
Yeah, that they would like add that to her file, and not be like, Max is going through trauma because she just like almost witnessed her friend kill herself.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Actually, I wasn't even thinking about that, but that's a really good point. I was also thinking about just like the summary and how and the stuff about like her being too nervous or nosy and her being not assertive enough or too assertive. I don't know. It's just really like weird.
Yeah.
I don't even really know what to think about it.
No, it's just a very middling sort of description.
No, and she has a very middling GPA as well,
Yeah.
which like there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like the whole vibe that this report gives off is like, this is someone who is unimportant and nondescript, and then that tag at the end is like, this is now someone who's like
on our radar.
Yeah.
This file is going to be so spotless, I'll projectile vomit.
Victoria Maribeth Chase, GPA 3.9. Victoria Chase is the gold standard for Blackwell Academy, a student with a consistently high GPA and extracurricular activities that reflect her career goals in photography. Victoria also receives high marks from faculty for her devotion to the Vortex Club, among other organizations devoted to Blackwell spirit and history.
What kind of name is Maribeth?
I don't know. Also, spirit and history?
You
mean, like, elitism and hazing?
Yeah, that's in the spirit and history of America. White violence is in the spirit and history of America, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I have to make sure Warren doesn't have a criminal background.
Warren Graham, GPA 4.0. Warren is considered an exemplary student and represents a long tradition of excellence in science at Blackwell. He has the gift, or curse, of gab, depending on the faculty. Some have accused him of playing science pranks, but this is not confirmed by his science teacher, Miss Grant. We hope Warren focuses his academic vision and continues towards his bright future.
Let's nab this last file, Sherlock.
Now we're looking for a
Always
Rachel.
wanted to say nab.
Yeah.
Rachel doesn't seem so troubled based on all this. But there's not much here about the police investigation.
Rachel Dawn Amber. Update. Unfortunately, Rachel Amber has stopped attending class for the past month. She's left no contact with students or faculty for the past month. Parents are at present unaware of her whereabouts, and Blackwell hopes for her quick return to continue her academic excellence. Not for her safety or well-being. Rachel Amber is the quintessential student representation of Blackwell Academy. She excels in all of her studies and extracurricular activities, which are numerous. Popular with both students and faculty, she has the de facto qualities of scholarship and leadership that is a hallmark of Blackwell's legacy. Her diverse goals include a career in international law and fashion modelling. There is no doubt that Rachel will achieve all of her dreams with Blackwell as the fulcrum.
Both at the same time?
I mean, that would be pretty...
That's pretty badass.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Makes me think of...
Amal Clooney?
No, I was thinking of thingy from Legally Blonde.
Oh. I was like, yeah, George Clooney's wife.
I didn't know.
No, it's more like George Clooney as Amal Clooney's husband. But
I did not know about her.
I don't actually know if she was a model, but she looks like she was. But she's like an international human rights lawyer, and you're always just like, this woman is so much more badass than George Clooney. Like,
Principal Wells, this is Lieutenant Chris Rossi. Just wanted to let you know that Rachel Amber's investigation has officially been closed on our end. We always hope for that one magic clue, but once again, Arcadia Bay covers up another secret. We always keep our eyes and ears open, but that's all we can do from now. Thanks for all your help, Lieutenant Chris Rossi, Arcadia Bay PD.
God, cops are so useless.
I was gonna say, that's like... It's like, oh, guess another one's fallen to the wayside.
You know how people are always like, well, if we abolish the police, who will solve crime? I'm like, do you see the police solving crime?
Max Caulfield will solve crime.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's it.
Man, I don't blame the principal for expelling Chloe. Bad Chloe.
Chloe Elizabeth Price, GPA 1.7. Chloe Price is a problematic student at Blackwell despite the best efforts of the faculty and administration to guide her academically. Chloe does little homework and is often willfully belligerent to her teachers. She has caused numerous class disruptions with inappropriate comments and rude gestures to fellow students. She was recently suspended for spray painting graffiti in the parking lot. Even though Chloe is an intelligent student with potential, she chooses to squander it on empty rebellion against the non-mandatory institution.
Non-mandatory? Since when is school non-mandatory?
Unless they're like, you could go to school anywhere else.
Oh.
But you're at this, like, elite institution. You don't have to be here. I assume that's what they mean by that. Because it's private as well, isn't it? It's Max got a scholarship.
Oh, yeah.
So,
you're right.
Because you have to pay for it. I guess that's what they mean.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Update, Chloe Price is no longer a student at Blackwell. See attached police reports.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, Chloe and Rachel's reports side by side are just... And like, as we talked about with Kate's, it's just so telling that, like, the way that this school and, like, well, it's true, like, the whole education system, like, they only care about giving, like, mental health and well-being support to students if... Well, actually, it's like, they don't if you're performing well because that's good for their image.
Yeah.
And if it is, like in Chloe's case, it's like affecting her performance at school, then they've just gotten rid of her.
Yeah.
Instead of giving her, or like trying to support her. So.
This is accurate.
Yeah.
I think we found everything in here. I should go join Chloe now. So, Nathan Prescott's dad is a bully too. Shocker.
This is gonna be fun. Principal Wells, in light of the recent outrageous allegations against my son and his suspension, I feel that my large contributions to Blackwell Academy should also be suspended. Of course, this situation can be rectified once Nathan is reinstated at Blackwell with a written apology. Along with that, I understand that the tragic event involving Miss Marsh gives you pause, but I would suggest that cancelling Thursday's party is not conducive to the can-do spirit of Blackwell Academy. I expect you to reconsider and come to the same obvious conclusion. Thank you, Sean Prescott. What a dickhead.
Yeah. Imagine that. Just being like, I understand that you have been given pause by the fact that a student has attempted suicide.
Yeah.
But let's partay!
Yeah. Look at the letter.
That is so cool that my signature actually counted. Go, Miss Grant.
Dear Miss Grant, as principal of Blackwell Academy, it is my glad, happy, fortunate duty to inform you that your petition to block the installation of a new surveillance system has received enough signatures for the school to reject the plan. It's not my policy to take sides in these matters, as we encourage the faculty and student body to participate in their school's operation. Glad, happy, fortunate duty. However, I did recognise the controversial nature of these cameras and shared your concern for possible invasions of privacy. Thank you for your passion and for inspiring Blackwell students to make their voices heard. I hope they will feel empowered by the outcome of your petition. Best, Principal Wells. So, us signing that helped.
You're not so tacky up close.
Photo? Photo? Photo?
Oh, I think there's like some kind of glitch with this one, because I know that there is like a photo that you can get of the bird, but I don't know at what angle, because I think I was replaying this episode a while back and I was trying to get the bronze hawk photo and I couldn't fucking get it.
Yeah.
So
Because,
that
like, why
the
else would
achievement.
it make me
Even the
speak to
trash bin is
speak
empty?
about the bird?
Yeah, there's like a really specific angle or something, and I don't even.
I don't have time for that. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. If you aren't already, remember to subscribe and hit that bell button to know when we upload next.
On screen, you can find this whole playlist for this Let's Play, and you can find a link to our latest video essay. If you like what you see, consider supporting us on Patreon. The link to our Patreon is in the description of every video.
Thanks again so much for watching, and until next time, take care.